Welcome to my channel, ketomealsandrecipes.com. Today I'm going to share my recipe for a no-bake strawberry cheesecake mousse that is sugar-free, gluten-free, and of course, keto. This is a very easy and fantastically delicious dessert you can make anytime, but the flavor is exceptional if you can use seasonally farm-fresh strawberries. In this video, I will explain what to do if you use frozen versus fresh strawberries, so please keep watching. I also want to explain that the reason I call this a cheesecake mousse is because it's very light and fluffy, and that has kind of a melt in your mouth texture, and if you're using fresh strawberries, the most amazing taste. And regardless whether you're using fresh or frozen, there are no artificial flavors. So this is a really clean recipe. And you'll find that each square is very satisfying without being heavy or overfilling. And I will also show you as a bonus how to garnish the squares with white chocolate dipped strawberries. As a little bonus for those who are interested, after the recipe section I have included photos of all the creatures we had visit our property over the last 10 months. There were quite a few. We were really surprised because we're not that far from the city limits. For your information and as a guide, the macronutrient ratio for the Strawberry Cheesecake Mousse Squares is 5.4 to 1, with 6.2 grams of total carbs, 1.1 gram of soluble fiber, 0.3 grams of insoluble fiber, resulting in 4.8 grams of net carbs and 4.5 grams of protein per square. So let's get started. The very first thing you should do is follow my flaky pie crust recipe. The link to that and all the other recipes I mentioned will be in the description box. So you can either make the full recipe for the pie crust, then divide it in half because you'll only need half of it for the crust for this cheesecake. I would suggest that you make a full recipe and then divide it in half and freeze half for another time. The dough will keep really beautifully in the freezer. Or alternatively, just make half the recipe. To demonstrate, I'm going to use the footage from my original flaky pie crust video because unfortunately I forgot to turn on the video when I was making the pie crust. But as you will see, I did not use a round pie pan. Instead, I actually used the square one. So therefore, follow the instructions as per a square springform pan. Since we're making squares, line the bottom of a square springform pan with parchment. Transfer the pie crust dough into the springform pan and press the dough gently to even out the surface. Since we're making a no-bake pie crust, you do have to bake the crust to a light golden, and you can do that at 320 degrees Fahrenheit or 160 degrees Celsius for about 15 to 20 minutes, but stay near your oven and keep an eye on it because timing will depend on your specific oven. While baking my crust, I was making the filling and I slightly overbaked my crust, so do be careful. You don't want to burn your crust. When you have finished baking your crust, just let it cool completely to room temperature, and then I suggest you also put it in the refrigerator so that it's nice and cold before using it with the strawberry cheesecake mousse. Now it's time to make the strawberry sauce. As I mentioned, you can make this delicious light sugar-free no-bake cheesecake mousse with frozen strawberries, which is what I'll be doing because I actually filmed this a couple months ago before strawberries were in season, and I wanted this recipe to be available for early July because that's when it is peak time to either purchase or pick your own locally grown vine fresh strawberries. Let's make the sauce. Begin by adding your frozen strawberries and the sweetener to a saucepan. Bring to a brisk simmer and cook over medium-low until the sweetener is completely dissolved and the strawberries are soft. That should take no more than 5 minutes. Don't overcook. Now you may think, well, I can buy fresh strawberries off season too, but I prefer to use frozen berries off season because the so-called fresh strawberries that are imported from far away have absolutely no taste, and in my opinion it kind of defeats the purpose. Whereas frozen strawberries are picked ripe and then frozen. However, if you're using seasonally fresh farm strawberries, you don't have to cook them. You just puree them and then add your sweetener, adjusting to your taste. Then either mash or use an immersion blender and puree into a smooth sauce. Now that my sauce is smooth, simply drizzle the gelatin powder over the sauce and stir in immediately. You don't have to pre-bloom your gelatin. Again, if you're doing it with frozen strawberry, just cook for 1 more minute, remove the pot from the heat, and set it aside to cool to room temperature. And while everything is cooling, you have time to make the cheesecake mousse. Add the mascarpone to a large mixing bowl. Whip 1 minute until the mascarpone is velvety smooth. Pour in the heavy cream. Whip to medium stiff stage. I'm going to use 2/3 of the strawberry sauce I made, and I'm going to pour it in 2 batches. So pour in your first batch, whip on low, and then add the second batch of the sauce and the sweetener and continue whipping. Then add the vanilla and whip to a stiff peak stage. My pie crust is now cool, at which point you pour the mousse into the springform pan and with either the back of a spoon or an offset spatula, level the surface. Next, carefully pour the reserved strawberry sauce over the cheesecake, being careful not to make dents while you're pouring. Then use an offset spatula to evenly spread and distribute the sauce over the entire surface. The base cheesecake is done, so place the cheesecake into the refrigerator and leave it there for several hours until firmly set. However, I have found that for best texture and flavor, it is best if you can leave the cheesecake mousse in the refrigerator overnight. When it's set, you can serve this tasty cheesecake as is, or make this easy optional garnish, which is very simple. Get your favorite sugar-free white chocolate, melt it in a bain-marie, also called a double boiler, and let the white chocolate cool a bit. May I suggest you wash and pat dry each of the strawberries you're going to use. It's really important the strawberries are completely dry, or else the chocolate won't stick very well. Then hold the strawberries by the green leaves and dip into the melted white chocolate. You want to cover and coat 2/3 of the strawberry in the melted white chocolate. Then after coating each strawberry, place it onto a parchment-lined platter. Then just repeat until all 16 of the strawberries have been dipped. Place the platter in the refrigerator for just 10 minutes because you want the chocolate to harden. The last thing you have to do, the assembly part, is to remove the cheesecake from the springform pan, peel off the parchment, and cut it into 4 rows by 4 rows, trying to keep them as even as possible. I find it easiest to cut the square in half first, then each of those halves to make quarters. Rotate your pan by 90 degrees and repeat. This will give you 16 relatively equal squares. Now, if you have chosen to do the optional garnish, place 1 chocolate-covered strawberry on each square. For aesthetic reasons, I like to face all the strawberries on a diagonal to one of the corners and all at the same angle. Having done that, return the tray to the refrigerator. You want to keep the cheesecake mousse cool. Because this cheesecake mousse is very light, it's really important that you keep it refrigerated until the moment you're ready to serve. I hope that you will find this decadent summer or anytime dessert something you will make for your family and guests. Before continuing, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch my video. And please do share the link with someone that you think might also enjoy it. And most of all, I ask that you leave me a comment. I really love corresponding. I do hope you come back when I post my next video. I post new videos on the first Friday of every month, so I do hope you come back to check each month's new video. Until next time, I hope you have a very happy and healthy day. And here are the photos of all the creatures, both great and small, that we had the privilege of seeing on our property. As you may know, the male robins come up a few weeks before the females, so every spring we notice that there's a huge flock of robins on our front lawn. Often we also see the male and the female cardinals. They're so beautiful. From my living room window, I see a whole bunch of wild rabbits. For the first time this year, we have a new resident, this beautiful groundhog, who seems to be enjoying the vegetation in our backyard. Once in a while, we have a small pack of coyotes that also come and visit us. A few weeks ago, this beautiful doe trotted across our front lawn and looked around. And this is Flower the skunk. Not sure if it's a male or female, but it lives not too far from our deck. I also saw this adventurous snail. And we also have a lot of squirrels, gray, black, and red ones. And once in a while we have this beautiful red fox pass through. In last year's Thanksgiving video, I introduced you to both Sanders and Nugget, our wild turkeys. They often took a stroll around our yard. My daughter went for a run not too far from our house, and she filmed this very busy beaver munching away. I'd like to thank her for sharing this video with me. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you enjoyed the recipe and all the photos of these beautiful creatures. Until next time, I hope you have a very happy and healthy day. Cheers!
Tree.
Please check out these end cards I have selected for more dessert ideas. Enjoy!